Hello everyone, how are y'all doing today? So today I figured I'd go over how I do my budget for the month, and we're going to work on November, which is 2019. I start off by making sure all the dates are correct. I do date my planner. I have to redate it, I guess I should say. And what I do is I just go in and mark down all the bills that are coming in for the month, as well as whatever days we get paid on, and if there's any other things that are going on that may require us to have a little extra money for that stuff. So there is a few things, and let's just write down the pay first. So we get paid on the 1st and the 16th. So what I will write is payday on each of those. And that is on a Friday and then a Saturday, which is okay with us. And we do I get money from the husband. He has a business and we have to pay ourselves. So this month it is $3,000 each time. And then from there I figure out the bills. And we have a loan that we have to pay every month, and I just go in here and write that down. Bank of America is one of them, and that's on the 3rd. We pay our electric bill on the 4th, which would be a Monday. And then on the 6th, we have Netflix, and we have not gotten rid of that yet. I was considering it, and we haven't done that yet. So that's the next thing that goes on there. And then we're good for the next week. And then on the 18th is cable. And the day after that is the home security system. And after that we have on the 25th we have internet. And here I sometimes will put stickers down and put down all the bills, and sometimes I'll just write it in. Since I do have all the stickers and everything on this planner, I'll just go from here and leave these stickers here. And this is my planner that I have on my desk, and this one does get put away. So like on the 25th we do have internet, and I'm sorry my handwriting's really tough today. On the 27th is the cell phones, and then on the 29th is his daughter's college. So we'll write that all in. Thanksgiving is the 28th. And Veterans Day is on the 11th. We do have to try to save up a little extra money for that. So that is set. The next thing we do is find our budget printables, which, let me put this aside. I don't need to have that there, and I'll just go use this as a reference. So the printables I use are from the Budget Mom, and I print 2 of those because I do the budget twice a month, one for the 1st and then one for the 16th. And then the daily spending tracker is from Budget Queen on Etsy. And this month I printed 3 of them. And I'm going to try to do one for cash envelopes. I don't know how that's going to go. It is a lot of work for me to try to do that. But I got one for checking, one for savings, and then the 3rd one is for the cash envelopes. And then this week, there's 5 weeks, or this month, there's 5 weeks in the month that we're going to do the weekly spending, which is cash envelopes here, and it's just the total for the month. I will do this as well to just try to keep better track of the balance. But I went ahead and printed for 5 weeks. You start off with the monthly budget and then one for each week and a little side area for notes. So that is all the printables I have, and that's also from Budget Queen. The dailies are from the Budget Queen as well. And like I said, these are from thebudgetmom.com. And that's a free printable if you are interested in that. So we're going to go ahead and try to fill these out. Okay, everyone. Let's try to do this one more time. I have been trying to do this for a couple of days now, and I have pretty much filled every day. So we're going to try to do this again. So for the monthly budget, I do 2 sheets for the first half and then the second half. So last month we stopped on October 27th. So this one's for October 28th to November 15th. And that's going to be for 2019. So what I do is I usually just follow last month's budget. So I do know that we'll get a check for $3,000. I am doing house sitting again, so that is $300. I hadn't been doing that. I house sit for the neighbors, and they pay me $300 a month to go over there and make sure everything's okay. No one's broken into the house. It's clean. They do have people that come over and clean, do some outside work, cut the grass, limbs, whatever. Like if a storm comes through, clean that up. And I do have access to the checkbook. They leave me a checkbook to take care of all that stuff. So I know that I'll have $3,300 next month. Now for the monthly bills, I usually just follow the last month's budget, which we have, like I said, Bank of America. Hopefully y'all can see this okay. Then we have the electric. We have Netflix, lunch money, and we have 2 more bills. We had car insurance, and I don't have the money for it, or property tax. So I took the car insurance, and we're gonna do 6 months of it. And the property tax, we have 3 months. We have November, December, and January before they start charging us for that stuff. So we're going to try to pay the car insurance quicker than the 6 months. But at the moment, we just have to deal with whatever we can afford. So we're going to add car insurance on there. Uh-oh, I misspelled that already. Car insurance and property tax. And they do let you do payments on that. So we're going to take care of those 2. So those are all the bills that are coming out. And then we want to do a buffer. So for the Bank of America loan, it's $244. And I don't raise that, round it up or anything. That's what it is, and that's fine. And the electric, I don't think it's going to be as high as it's been. I think it's going to start going down finally, but I'm going to leave it at $240, and whatever extra there may be, I'll just add that to the buffer. The next one, which is $240, next one is Netflix. It is usually $14.06. I round that up to $15. And then lunch money. Lunch money, we have actually 3 weeks of that. And I'll get my calculator out. So it's 40 times 3 is 120, which every now and then it will be that high. And the car insurance, We're doing 6 months of it. It is not $188.95. It's actually a little bit lower, but they charge $3.95 a month every time we use the card. Otherwise, we drive there, but it is actually about 60 miles from home where the car insurance, where we can pay it. So we just find it easier to pay with the card and be done with it. So it's $188.95 on that. Property tax is $400. And we're gonna do a buffer of 50. Okay, so that's that, and hopefully I can add correctly. If not, I'm sure y'all will tell me. Okay, so the total is here is $1258.52 minus the 33, which is that we have $2,041 left and 48 cents. Okay, for our cash envelopes, we have groceries, gas, George's allowance, my allowance, and then we have dine out, household, and if I get to coupon, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And then a miscellaneous, that's just in case one of these I go over, like on the groceries, I can pull from there. And yeah, so in the month of November, it's Thanksgiving. Usually the stepdaughter stays with us, which we have to up the grocery bill. Plus we have all the food that I get for Thanksgiving. So I have to bump up the grocery bill. I think usually we do $600 a month, and it gets pretty tight. So if I do $325 for that, gas we're gonna do $250. George's allowance, he does have a deer hunting trip. So we have to account for that. And I may just put it in the savings and save it, and he won't need it till next pay period, which is technically on this one, but he would need it by the 16th or 17th, I believe, or maybe the 15th. So it's best just to save it here, and he'll have it by this paycheck. But I can just transfer it on Friday. No, we get paid until Saturday. I could transfer it Saturday and he'll have it at least pending in there. So let me see. We want to do, I know I'm all over the place, but I want to add this over here. Vacay for him. It's not vacation, it's a hunting trip, which he never hunts, it's just a little time to get away. So his allowance here, we're gonna put 400, which is a lot, but a lot of that is it's not considered his business end of stuff, but he does buy a lot of little things to fix equipment and whatever, and we'll sell that because we're gonna have to try to come up with a little extra money. So we'll have money for Thanksgiving. Since the stepdaughter is around, there is, I'd say, a few more dining out than usual. So we're gonna put $150 on that. Household as well, I have to buy extra on that, so I'm gonna put $75 on that. Couponing, I don't know that I'll get to do anything, but I'm gonna do $30. and then 25 on that. So let's try to figure this out. See if we can come up with a little something extra there. If not, we'll have to change some numbers. Could that be right? 1350, 1305, sorry. Yes, 1305 minus the 2041.48 is 736.48. So for his hunting trip, it is over 200 miles from here, so he needs at least 1 tank full of gas, maybe 2. So there's 150 on that, and then it's food, which is maybe like 50 a day, maybe 75 a day, and it's 3 days. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then anything else he needs, so that is gas is 150 for 2 tankfuls, 1 to get there while he's running around, and then 1 to make it back home. Excuse me. And then for food, it's $50 a day. So we're going to give him another 50 for that. And then we're just going to do 100 for whatever. So it's 400 for that. And then the rest I will put in savings. I do have a slight problem, and I know we're going to be off on our credit cards, and I want to pay them off. So I need to try to do that as well. So we have 736.48. 400 of that is going to his vacation, his little trip. So we have $336 left. Now, I want to actually, I think we're going to be off. It could be up to 1,000. Now, I know I can't mess with that because I have no control over his spending a whole bunch. I could do a little bit on the household money. Maybe I will. So this is not the easiest thing to do, but this is where numbers get moved around. So we're going to do 50 there. This, I really don't want to move anything there. Maybe I'll have to cut this down to 300. Gas, I'm going to have to try to make it on 225 because it is, hubby has 2 trucks, the stepson, and then my Jeep. So it's 4 vehicles. I don't drive mine very much, so I gas up maybe every other week. The hubby, his isn't all business use. So he gets a fill up, and that's 75. Mine is usually around 40. Then the stepson is about 50. So that's 215. We should make it on 225. We're gonna hope that that's enough. Okay, and then dine out. I'm gonna knock that down just a little bit. Let's do 130. And then household, I don't want to move that too much. Maybe I could skip couponing. I don't want to. Let me see. I'm going to do just a $20 buffer. And, well, I'm going to go 25 on the couponing. That's about as low I can go with everything. So we may not put any money to emergency use or the emergency fund, but as long as we give a good payment on the credit cards. And I almost want to change the electric. I think it's going to be lower, more like $230. And I can deal with it. I can even pull from this fund here, the buffer. But we'll see. As long as maybe I pay half of it, of the credit card this month, and then the other half next month. Maybe we can get away with that. So let me re-add this. Okay, so I'm at, why is that higher? That can't be higher. Okay, 1,200 minus the 2041.48 is 841.48, and then the 841.48 minus that 400 is 441. Okay, what if I put $41 in the emergency fund, and then the 400 on credit cards? So it's 41.48 plus 400 plus another 400 is 841.48. So we have a zero balance. So that is the way I do that. The second half, I will start it. And this one is November 16th to, where is my calendar? To the 30th, I think. I'm gonna leave that blank for now, till I figure that amount first, or that number first. I don't wanna jump the gun yet. So the bills we have on that is cable, and that is actually 109.06, but I rounded up to 110. Our home security is $61.94, and I usually just put $62 in there. The internet is $73.66, and I just round up as well on that to 74. Cell phone, it has been coming in at $294.15, and I have been setting aside $296, but we're gonna go down a dollar, $295, since it has been $294.15. Okay, and then his daughter's college is $500. It's always $500, and then lunch money. And since it is a holiday, he will be out on the last days there. So let me see. I'm gonna still do the 80, and if I save anything, because if he misses a day, like on Thursday and Friday, I only give him half the money or part of the money. I may give him 30 and keep 20, because he may go to school 2 days only, and then half a day on Wednesday. So we're going to do the 80, and hopefully we get to save a little bit of that. And then on that, I will add a buffer. And I forgot to put my income. The only income that I know of right now is the $3,000 right there, and that's also from the hubby. And we're going to do another 50 of a buffer on that. Yes, that's what I did. I'm trying to build up the checking account with the one we pay all our bills with, just to see if we can have enough in there for when we have the little emergencies. There's money there that we can use. And that is it the same? It's the same. It is 1171. For some reason that looks wrong. No, it's not. Okay, and that's total, and the leftover is 71. That is 1829. Okay, so on this side we can add a little extra to the cash envelopes on this side. So let me write this down really quickly. And if y'all hear that, the little dog, Lucky, he is snoring behind me over here on the floor. I don't know what's going on. He doesn't sleep well at night sometimes, and last night was not a good night for him. So he has been snoring back there, or like, he's about 3 feet from me. He's snoring pretty good over there. Okay, for groceries, we do need to definitely have to up the amount on this one, because it is the week of Thanksgiving. We're gonna have family over, and that's at least 3 extra mouths to feed. So we're gonna try to do 400. I know that's a lot, but we're gonna have to try to make it with that, because it is 3 extra people, plus the stepson will be here full time. So hopefully we can make it with that. Gas, since he's gonna be home more, we're gonna up that to 300. George's allowance, he tends to run around more. He may go fishing while everyone's here, and you know, they'll all leave and leave me alone, home alone, so I can get some peace and quiet, because that's a lot of noise, and I can't handle a lot of noise. I get anxious. Okay, so his allowance, we're gonna do 500. We're gonna have to do 500 on his, or should I go up on that? Mine, I'm gonna do 50. I don't know if I'll go anywhere, because sometimes I get too lonely because they'll leave for a week or something. I'm gonna do 75, because maybe I'll take my mother out to eat and do a little shopping. So we're gonna go 75 there. Dine out, we're gonna do 200. Like I said, we may go all out to eat one day, and 75 for, because I'll have to replenish whatever got used up. 30 on the couponing, and then 50 on miscellaneous, just in case I go over on any of these or there's something different going on. For his allowance, I'm gonna have to do 700, because like I say, if he goes fishing with them, it could get expensive. I know that's a lot, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Now, emergency fund is the only thing we have there. I don't think we have anything else. I want to try to save a little bit money for a little baby vacation we want to take. So first off, I want to, and we have to also do the credit card payment. Credit, and I cannot spell. And I'm going to leave that blank. I'm going to have it pretty much filled out, but not this part. Partially this part. But it will be ready to go pretty much for next month. Hopefully I don't have to move any of these numbers. Oh my, I'm off $1. So we're going to have to, we have 1,829 left, and I've already spent 1,830. So we're gonna have to go down on these numbers. Let me see. I can't touch the top two. I know the hubby's gonna spend that, maybe. I should only do 50 for me. And then dine out. Let's go down to 180. Household, I'm gonna have to try to make it on 50. Couponing, I may have to skip it. Let's just do 20 again for that. And here lately I haven't been able to coupon. I just not finding enough deals to do that. And we're gonna have to knock this down to 25. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, 17 is a little better. 1725 minus the 18. Come on now. Is 104. So no vacation money. And for now, I'm gonna put this in the savings, 104. So we will go from there. So that is what the November budget looks like. That's about as much as I can do. Some of this may change here. If I get extra income, I will try to pay off the credit cards. As of right now, the credit cards are, let me see, about $600 that we need to pay. So there's 400 right there. And if we have any extra money from this month, which hopefully we do, we can pay that much more on them. But that is where we stand with that. Like I said, it is going to be a rough November, December, and January for us. Regardless of the income, it's more about the extra people we're having to use money on, like from the groceries. Otherwise, that's $700 on groceries. That does include a holiday. And like I said, his daughter usually stays with us pretty much 6 weeks to 2 months with us. So that is her. And then her boyfriend comes over. And if he stays here, we have to feed him as well. And then the stepson's girlfriend as well as here is a lot. So that is, like I said, 3 extra people we have to feed in the matter of all them days. So most of the month. So that's where that's at. And like I said, we need extra cleaners. So that's an extra $100 on cleaners. Even though I do coupon to get a lot of that stuff, there is a lot of toiletries and all that stuff that gets used up. And like I said, I have a little $45 in miscellaneous just in case. And hopefully the buffer, I can keep that in there. So that's where that's at. And then for the daily spending, I just set these up, which these are November 2019. And this one we're going to mark it checking. And I won't do anything here. I'll just write on here roll over, because it will probably be a negative on most of these. And this one is for the savings, and I have been wanting to build this up to where it's not always a negative, but currently we're just in a bind. And this one is cash envelopes. and there is no rollover on this. I'll just make the initial deposit and go from there. And then there's these. I do have these printed to where I open this and everything's on the same page. So I'll write November on this. And then the cash envelopes, which I need a reference. This, which is the groceries, gas, George's money, my allowance. Hopefully I don't spend that much this month, but we shall see. Dine out, household, couponing, and miscellaneous. And these I don't write the numbers in till later when I'm closer to determining that. And well, let me explain it. There's this, you put the monthly budget here, then you'll write all this information here, and then what you spent. And then what you do is take the monthly budget minus whatever you spent, and you'll get your new balance. And you'll use that balance to come up with the next balance after this money. So it works out really good on that to figure out how much you're spending. But that is everything that I will need for my budget in November. Actually, that goes there. So yes, I'll just put these into the next month and I am ready to go. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video and everything and understood what was going on. Let me show you a quick flip through of this, or should I put it in there for you? Let me put it into the November monthly for you. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is the first half of the budget and it is ready to go. Everything's filled out. Then this is the second half of the budget, and I just realized I technically put the credit card payment on the savings instead of the budget. I always do that, but it does technically come out of the emergency money or the savings account, so that's where that comes from. But like I was saying, that's the first half and the second half, and I like doing that because this way I don't miss any monthly bills and I get everything down on there. So I at least write all the stuff that needs to get paid and the amounts. So that's all done. And then we have the daily spending tracker, one for checking, one for savings, and then one for the cash envelopes. And then this one is the weekly spending tracker or cash envelopes. And I just write down all that information. And like I said, I have a little spot for notes. And yes, so that is everything. That is the whole process that I take to do the budget. As you can see, it is not always perfect. I do have to work the numbers on the cash envelopes and try to save as much as I can for the emergency money, or saving, to try to save as much money as I can. But realistically speaking, I know that the husband is going to spend at really close to $700. If he does not spend that during the holiday, Thanksgiving and all that, it'll be a miracle. But there will be extra people. I imagine that won't even be enough because he splurges a lot more than you would imagine. But anyway, that's what it is. That's what I'm hoping we can stay within this budget. And yes, so thank y'all very much for watching this far. If y'all made it this far, and seeing how I process all this and try to work the numbers to make the budget work. And hopefully we can save as much as we can at the end of this year and have a little money in the emergency room to start Christmas shopping, because that is coming up or sneaking up on us really quickly. I mean, it's like 2 months away now, real close to 2 months. Anyways, Thank y'all so much for watching, and we will talk to y'all later. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, go ahead and leave them below, and I will try to get to you as soon as I can. Hopefully you'll have a wonderful day. If it's the weekend, have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye.